What up, world? All right, end of the week. Want to jump in here and cover the NBA standings and kind of current topics of the NBA and just kind of go along from there from this week. Let's jump in here into the Western Conference. In the West, the Denver Nuggets took W's within the trade deadline. They picked up JaVale McGee. They did pick up Aaron Gordon as well, who had his debut. And the Denver Nuggets got a win tonight. So kudos to them. Aaron Gordon's changed his number from 00 to 50 in regards to him getting 50s in the dunk contest and being quote unquote Mr. 50, which it's pretty petty as can be, but is what it is. He's 25 years of age. We'll go from there. But um, the Lakers picked up Andre Drummond, huge W on their end. The LA Clippers did pick up Rajon Rondo. I'm expected to see how that'll look like within their team, which will be a good fit. And let's see here. The Spurs, they bought out LaMarcus Aldridge, who joined the Brooklyn Nets, which they're going to be a monster as they are with their Monstars. And Dallas Mavericks picked up Melly and JJ Redick from the Pelicans. So those are going to be great additions for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, who love to have an all-white team, is what it is. We're not talking about Boston or Utah, but okay, let's see here. Speaking of Utah, they are sitting at the first seed with a 3-game cushion of being the first seed. So the Jazz are pretty much in a position to where I can fully expect them to finish with the first seed. I still expect them to lose in the second round of the playoffs. So they're a nice regular season team. I mean, like the 2015 Atlanta Hawks they were first seed, a 60-22 record in the East, but they got bounced and got swept easily by a LeBron James team without Kevin Love in the playoffs. So LeBron, if he faces the Jazz in the second round, the Lakers are going to do heavy business, taking out the Jazz in 5 or 6 games. So nothing too much on that. The Phoenix Suns, huge respect for them as they've been consistent with the second seed, which kudos to them. If they can finish with the top 2, 3, or even 4 seed this season, round of applause to Chris Paul, man. That's electric. And Devin Booker's been picking it up. Good for them. Not too much to talk about them. The LA Clippers and the Lakers are going to be battling within that stage. Now the Lakers have won the last 2 games, and they just won tonight against the Orlando Magic's G League team. So good for them at least to get this win before Andre Drummond is acclimated into the rotation next game, which is going to be a huge plus for them. And this gives LeBron and AD more, a little stress reliever to where AD can come back in probably 2 weeks or so, and then they'll get to work. Andre Drummond is going to be able to get the ball more in his hands, even though he's more of an off-ball type player getting rebounds, but it's a huge plus for them. That gives their team, with Kyle Kuzma, Dennis Schroeder, and a bunch of young cats, more of a resurgence because you bring another big-time name, and that gets them motivated, gets them fueled up. So good for them to have him. The Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic had another great night. If Jokic can get around a second, third seed, he has a great case to win that MVP if LeBron and Embiid are out for a long period of time. But right now, it's going to be Nikola Jokic against James Harden. And Harden's pretty much going to have the first or second seed. And people may throw the argument against Harden now because they have LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. So that can go either way, but who knows? The Blazers at the 6th seed. So we're pretty much going to see the top 6 teams are going to stay somewhere in that mix. And then for the play-in tournament, we're going to see around the Dallas Mavericks, the Warriors, let's see here, the Grizzlies, you have the Spurs. I think the Pelicans can pick it back up in the next couple of games. That's going to be a great play-in tournament. For the 7th and 8th seed, I expect the Mavericks and the Warriors to finish off somewhere in that mix. And those are going to be good first-round matchups. If you can get the Jazz against the Warriors and the Mavericks against the Suns, there could potentially be some upsets, especially with the Mavericks and Suns, but I don't know. There's going to be some good ones. Nothing too much in the West as well. See, the Grizzlies are, you got to give a lot of credit to John Morant, man, impact player. 21-22 record. The Grizzlies organization has to help him out. I was shocked that they did not go for a trade for Aaron Gordon. I was shocked, but I don't know. That's a tough one. The West is stacked, and you got to get John Morant a scoring wing pretty soon. You see, the Warriors, Curry's been out a couple games. The Kings, they got a nice young talent, but it's the Western Conference, man. Pelicans, man, they got to pick it up. They just traded away JJ Redick. and Nico Melli. Um, I, they should have. I thought they should have gone for an Eric Bledsoe trade, but I guess that wasn't really in the rumors. The Thunder, they have an abundance amount of first round picks, so they're chilling. Al Horford will be sitting the rest of the season, so they're gonna get the young guys acclimated. The Rockets, they keep on losing, and the Wolves are irrelevant. Are in the Eastern Conference. Let's see here with the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid is still out, but they were still holding on to that number one seed. So the 76ers also brought in a trade for George Hill, and that's a great piece. He's a veteran. He's played in the finals. Didn't have the best outing in Game 1 finals when he missed that free throw at the end, but besides from that, George Hill is a great point guard that can start for any contender or come off the bench. So I like that move for Philadelphia. The Brooklyn Nets, also known as the Brooklyn Monsters, brought in Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge. So they're good. They're settled. And James Harden has a great case and the leadings for the MVP as of right now. So the Nets are going to come out of the East. I would be shocked if a team took them out in the East. It just wouldn't make sense. I would like to see a Nets and a 76ers conference finals. That's what's starting to be the trend as for right now. The top three teams in the East are the most formidable for the top rankings. Everyone else is just out there. Now you still got to give respect to the Celtics and Heat if they're in the playoffs, but it has not been an ideal season for any of them. Big shout out to the New York Knicks, 24-22 record, fourth seed. I never thought I would see the day. And shout out also to the Charlotte Hornets, and they're without LaMelo Ball now. Potentially, they said he could come back to the end of the season. Who knows about it? They're going to take it step by step, but I like the direction for those two. I never thought the Knicks, with Tom Thibodeau in this direction, would have been this good this quick, but good for them. And it actually makes you think about the Knicks if they brought in Chris Paul, if they ever orchestrated that trade, what could have happened? But wow, or even a Russell Westbrook. Maybe Russ would have been a little too much out there, but yeah. The Atlanta Hawks, ever since they got Nate McMillan filling in, they've been pretty much at around what were they? I think around like a 10-2 record, 10-3, something like that. But the Hawks are back to the playoff spots where we've seen them to be. Celtics and Heat got to pick it up. Boogie Cousins could potentially sign with the Boston Celtics because they gave away Daniel Tice, which I was shocked about that one. Because they got Mo Wagner from the Bulls. Yeah, if you're Boston, man, you got to pick up Boogie Cousins because you're going to get nobody else. They need a big. The Pacers, they got a nice team, but they got to blow it up. They're kind of like the Orlando Magic, kind of in their stage for the last two seasons. The Raptors kept Kyle Lowry. They did not trade him away to Philly or the LA Lakers, so Raptors are going to have to scratch to somehow get into the playoffs. I don't know if that'll happen. The Bulls bring in Vucevic. Let's see if they can make a big push these last couple games. And some resurgence. Let's see here. Cavaliers, no. Andre Drummond was bought out, joined the Lakers. No. Pistons are trash bottom. The Magic have a G League team now. They let go of Aaron Gordon, Vucevic, Evan Fournier. Oh, yeah, Evan Fournier to the Celtics. That's actually a good piece for them. I'm glad Boston did that. I'm glad. And the Washington Wizards, a disappointing season to say the least. Nothing too much. We got to see these new players who got traded, how they're going to perform with their new franchises next week. So I'll cover more in depth for the next video then. But besides that for now, yeah, we'll go from there.